is there something you can tell us about sort of the process of how one becomes a great chess player? Is it like a lot of study? Are there certain, is there some magic formula to how one goes about learning and improving? Are there some people who mentored you that really helped? Or?
I think for me the most important thing was the passion, to learn, to have fun, obviously to win, but most of all to learn. Growing up, I still am, but I was pretty used to doing basically the things I wanted to do. Most of the time that was chess. And so I would constantly be sitting at my board, reading some chess books, playing online, playing tournaments whenever I could. And I think to become really good at chess, you really need that. To become one of the best, it's not enough to go to the chess club a few times a week, play a tournament now and then, as you would in other sports. You shouldn't just go to practice. You should also you should be, in a sense, living chess all the time.
Yes. Were there any as you were becoming a grandmaster and then later as a teenager, were there any particular chess players you really looked up to? Are there any former world champions that you feel you've learned the most from, or?
I really liked the games of Kramnik when I was young. I got a book of his games when I was about 11, and I really learned a lot from those games. I learned from many others as well, but it was really not in my, it's never really been in my style, according to my philosophy, to idolize players, to try to copy them. I just tried to learn and get the best from the great masters, contemporary and from the past. It's like that for me in everything. I don't really idolize people too much, but I try to learn from what they do.
Are there how does one go about improving even more when you're at the level you're at today?
I really don't know.
You're still trying to improve,
But I still feel that I'm improving. I still feel that I'm picking up little things all the time. I'm learning how to evaluate positions. I evaluate positions differently from what I used to, different material imbalances, different dynamic imbalances, and so on. And it really, for me, it really comes with the experience of playing, of training. I don't know. I never really know exactly what's going to come of it, but something good usually happens.
Do you think that one has to learn chess as a kid, or is it something you can learn anytime? And is it like a language where there's a certain age that you have to learn it, or is it something that you can learn any time in your life?
I think it depends on what your goals are. I think chess will help you at any age, but I think it's more helpful if you learn it as a kid. And if you want to be a really strong player, then you definitely need to learn it as a kid.
It's like any sport where you have to. Do you think it's fair to? Is chess a sport? Is it an art? Is it a science?
For me, it's most of all a sport. There are definitely components of art and science to it, but most of all, it's a sport. It's about I mean, when I'm at the table, you're trying to win. Like in a sport, I prepare like it's a sport. But it's sometimes when you create some beautiful combinations, it feels like art. When you're searching for opening ideas, you're trying to compose something. It's a science, but most of all, for me, it's a sport.